out of game down the stretch when they had to. Talk a little about the win.
Yeah, when they went to the zone, and they hadn't played zone all year, but typically when we drive the ball so well against them, we thought that they still may do some zone. And I think the biggest thing was we were just missing shots that, I don't know what else we could have done but make them, And then luckily, when Brett Beelan made his one that he made for the night, it was obviously at a big time, and it was right behind the one Chris Webb had hit. So, being able to make open shots. I thought, Hadair is obviously great. And I jumped the guys at halftime, and I put on the board because he was kicking our butt. I wrote on the board, I said, Hadair is great, And then I put down, they're making shots and we're not. And I just walked out. And then I went and met with the assistants, and then I came back and talked to them again. It's what we always do. But anyway, being able to, his 36 is nice, but they lost. You know what I mean? And that's the bottom line when we're doing this. And we had decided when he got them first 8 points, 8 of their 11, that we were going to. We really didn't want to, because they got guys shooting 50% over the three. We really didn't want to have to trap, because we figured it would not be good, and it wasn't. They hit back-to-back threes. So that's when we decided at halftime I just challenged Mike Schaaf and Jay Thames, and I challenged them and just said, look, he's either going to kick your all's butt and my butt, because he's kicking my butt to him, the coach. He's going to kick your all's butt. But we're not doubling anymore. He's going to have to beat us one-on-one. If he gets 50 or 60, he gets 50 or 60. But what we don't want to do, and we did a phenomenal job of it, was when he does miss, is give up any offensive rebounds. They had 4 on the night. I don't know if that's an SVSU school record, but I know it's a record in my career, as far as the team just getting 4 offensive rebounds. So he didn't miss a lot, but when he did miss, we were fortunate enough to get the rebound. And then they only had one other guy in double figures. It reminds me of Ferris the other day when Brown went off and they had no one else in double figures. No, not another player. Well, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 guys in double figures, and Brett Beelan had 9, so we almost had 5 guys in double figures. And we really rebounded the ball well tonight.
I think Schaaf and Sims did a good job playing defense and also not giving away too many fouls.
Yeah, they did, and Hadair is so good, I don't know what you really can do with him, but try to make him catch it out as far as he did. And then even at that, he still had some face-up jumpers and stuff. But no, I thought that they were my MVPs of the game, Schaaf and Thames, just because of their defensive effort on him.
This is 3 in a row now, and a couple against some pretty good teams. It looks like the team's really responding to that Grand Valley loss the last week.
I hope. Time will tell, but they have thus far. You know what I mean? They have won 3 in a row, and so it does feel good. And we just have to continue to get better. It's an extremely tough league. We're playing 2 teams league games next week with Ashland and Lake Erie, and people will kind of be tricked and look at their records and say, well, we'll probably win both of those automatically. That's not a given, because Ashland just beat Findlay by 14 last week, and Findlay was number 17 in the nation. And then Lake Erie, I forget exactly who it was, but they took somebody into overtime, and actually they beat Northwood at Northwood. So and Northwood's playing good. So it's a really ridiculously tough league, home or away, but especially on the road. That's why I told you before, we have to get all of our home wins and then go on the road and get all them that we can, but we can't lose any more at home.
I guess this last question, talk a little bit more about that balanced attack. You had Mike back in the lineup for a little bit tonight. Greg Foster had a great game, was all over the place, but it looked like you're really getting contributions from everyone on the team.
Yes, and that's something we were talking about on the radio. Greg, Chris, and Mike get a lot of play, and they have, and they were. Greg had preseason accolades with being first team all league, and Chris and Mike got a lot of respect in the league. But when we can have balance like you're talking about with Jay, with Schaaf giving us some points, Eli, guys that if they can give us 10 or 14 a night, we're probably going to win almost every game we play if we play good defense. That is, and the other guys step it up. So it is very balanced. I was just telling the radio too that. We're not a one-man show. You can't just say, okay, we got to stop so-and-so, or we got to stop this guy, and that's a balance that we're very fortunate that we have. Even like George Goodman, he didn't get a chance to play much tonight, but, man, George is capable of coming and getting 20 any night, and just like Brett got 18 when he started the 2 games ago and stuff. So we do have a very balanced team, and it's very good. I'm really glad because my first 3-4 years here, Greg, Chris, and Mike were like, they were in the top 10 in the league in minutes played. Now none of them are in the top 10. We don't have a player in the top 10 in minutes played, and that's good. That way we can rest their legs, they can be better defensively, and we can get more players in that can contribute.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
Great. Thanks so much. Appreciate it.